Hi everyone, welcome to another Stuckcast, and today I'm going to talk to you about user authentication through Devise. I have the GitHub's official repository here open, and as you can see, if you scroll down to the README section, Devise is a user authentication solution, and it's very common and very popular. I like it particularly for two reasons. First is a complete MVC solution, so you know what to expect from here: models, views, and controllers. Secondly, it's because it's modular. So as you can see here, only use what you really need. And in down here, these are the 10 modules that compose Devise, and I'm gonna cover all of them with the exception of OmniAuth. The reason why it's because it's a bigger concept to grasp, and I think it makes more sense just to make a separate Stuckcast just to teach you how to use Omni authentication. Okay, so let me just show you the app. This is the app we're going to build, a very simple one, as you can see, which allows you to sign in, and I try to be original and make posts. So let me just sign in here very fast. My mailer app, password is the password, password is the password. Okay, notice that I've typed enter, and I've been redirected again to the sign-in page. And why is that? Because I'm using the confirmable module that I'm going to explain later, which means that you must confirm your account. And as you see here, I received an email, and I have to confirm my account here, and only now am I able to log in. Okay, as you can see, now I can create a post. Successfully created. So let me just destroy it, and let's sign out and see what else. So I'm going to teach you how to reset your password, the confirmation as you've seen, the unlockable. So if you imagine if you try and log in several times to your account and failed, you can set that to lock the account, because maybe some hacking job, maybe somebody else is trying to get into your account, and you don't want that, so you can lock your account. On the sign up form, as you can see, I'm going to teach you how to add extra fields to your model. As you can see here, name is not Devise default. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to teach you how to make a fully working user authentication system. So let's begin. Okay, let's begin and create your Rails app. So open the terminal, type Rails new, let's call ours Devise app. Okay, it's creating all the files, and it's done. Clear the console. The first thing we'll do is let's go here to the GitHub repository and scroll down to the getting started section. Okay, first thing, install the gem. So let's open our app on Sublime. Let's go to gem file and paste it here. Now just run the bundle. Actually, we have to go to our app directory, and now bundle. Okay, it's created. Now let's install Devise. You can see here, just copy this command, go to your terminal and paste it. Press enter. Okay, successfully created. Now we have to generate a model. So let's call ours user. I think it makes sense. User model. Okay, and now let's create the views. If you scroll down here to the configuring views section, just paste this command into your terminal and press enter. Now it's done. Let's clear the console. What I'm going to do next is just setting up SMTP settings for the action mailer. I'm not going to cover in much detail because I have another Stochast just on action mailers. So I'm just gonna set up this really quickly, as fast as I can. So let's go to config, environments, development.rb, and if you scroll up here, the first thing we need to do is to type this config action mailer default URL options and just paste it there. And I need another config, which is config.actionmailer.delivery method. It must be SMTP. Okay, now finally I'll just have to paste some SMTP settings that I already have. So let me come here to the config application.rb under the class application. Just copy this if you want to use with your Gmail account. This is just the SMTP settings. Again, I'm not going to cover this in detail because I already did, but this is basically the SMTP settings to use a Gmail account or else to send emails through this Gmail account. Okay, this is all done. Now let's create the scaffold for the posts. So let's put Rails G scaffold post, and I want the title, which is going to be a string, and I want content, which is text. Okay, created all the files, and now what I want to do is actually create a home controller. So let's type Rails G controller home with an index action, just to manage users. I mean, I want to redirect users if they are signed in or not. So let me clear this. Okay, and if I come here, and before that, actually, I already created the home controller. That's fine. Let's create the new controller here, and we're gonna call it registrations controller.rb. What this controller is going to do is overwriting the parameters for Devise. And why is that? It's because I want to add a name field on our database. So if you scroll down here to the db migrate and open the migration, you can see that the Devise model doesn't have a name field, but I want to be able to call my user by its name. So to do this, we just have to I'm gonna paste this code that I have here. I'm gonna paste it and then I'm gonna explain it. So we create a new controller, a registration controller, that inherits from Devise registrations controller. So this is going to override Devise defaults. So basically it's just two private functions to override the parameters, and the only thing we have to put is this field here. This is the main difference. The only thing that is going to override is this parameter here. And now let's go to here and add a username. So t.string name. Okay, it's all set. The last thing is to go under the routes, and instead of let me just go here to the config routes.rb. Instead of just Devise for users, we want to add this line of code here: controllers, registrations, and our registrations controller. Let's change this to not to get but to root. So this is going to be our root route. Okay. And now let's set up our home controller. So this is very simple. I just want to do a basic if-else statement. And in here, I'm going to use Devise's helpers. As you can see here, Devise gives you some controller filters and helpers. The first one is this one is it's a before action, which this basically does is you put this before action on the controller that you want, and the application is going to force the user to authenticate before using the controller. So it will not allow you to use the controller if you are not signed in. So let me put it on the post controller, because we don't want the user to be able to do posts if they are not signed in. So just type this before action authenticate user. Okay, you can close this. Now in here on the under the home controller, we want to use this user sign in helper here, and we want to check if it is signed in. So if user is signed in, I want to be redirected redirect to posts path. Oh, so many typos. Redirect to posts path. If it's not, well, redirect to new user session path. Okay. Okay. Now let's just add a little, basically the same thing on the application.html under the views. And why is that? Because I want to type something here. I have a code here already. I'm gonna paste it. Before the yield tag and after the body, just type this if statement. It's very simple, as you can see. So if the user is signed in, well, put hello and give me the current name, and then the link to sign out if I want. Okay. As you've noticed, I didn't migrate the any table yet, and the reason why is because I want to actually do some changes over here. I want to explain it one by one. So this is the default migration that Devise gives you. If you open the model here, the user model, you can see how can you the way you set up your models, and it's very easy. The only thing you need to do is type your the module that you want to include on under your user model class, and then you just add or comment out the columns that you don't need. So this is the default Devise settings. So as you can see, it's database authenticable, of course, registerable. These two are always in order. I mean, you always need these two modules to have a basic authentication system. But then it's recoverable, as you can see here, recoverable. It's rememberable. It's trackable, as you can see, and validatable. So it actually does some validations. So let's break the let's migrate the table. Sorry, so that we can see what we have so far. Okay, so everything's it's done. Let's restart the server. Let's see what we have so far. Let me refresh it. Okay, goes to the login. Now let me try and sign up. Let me put a name like Kevin. My emailer app. The password is password. Okay, as you can see, hello Kevin. I'm now signed in, and I can create a post. Okay, let's destroy it. Let's sign out. Okay, cool. Now let me teach you. Let me show you just a one by one. So recoverable. So if you forget the password, you are able to get it. And how's that? As you can see here, forgot your password. If I press this link here, I can put my email here and press send me reset password instructions. And now if I come here to my email, you see I have already received it, reset password instructions. Okay, someone has requested a link to change your password. So if I press this link over here, you can see it get me to this reset password page, and I can put my new one. It's gonna call password again, of course. Change the password, and I'm signed in. Okay, so as you can see, this is the recoverable module. So the rememberable, it's very simple. It's only this cookie that it puts on the under the browser. If I don't have this in here, and of course the module here, rememberable, basically this checkbox disappears. Now trackable. The best way to show you the trackable, what it's doing, is to go here to the terminal and type Rails C. Let me use the first user. Okay, now all of these fields here, remember, created at, sign in count, current sign in at, last sign in at, and current sign in IP, last sign in IP as well. Okay, so all of these fields here are these fields here. So if you want it to be trackable, all those fields are going to be added to your table. So let's go ahead and let's check the conformable. So to do this, we're gonna migrate the table down because we want to do it again. So the best way to do it is let's stop the Rails server and let's do rake db migrate, and you put version 0. This is gonna migrate the table to nil or to the version 0, so the start off. So let's clear the console, and now let's go ahead here and uncomment this confirmable. And of course we have to go to the user model and add this here, so it is confirmable now. Now let's see what this does. Let's start the server. Let's go again here. User sign in. Okay, so I have to migrate the table, of course, I forgot. Rake db migrate. Okay, refresh it. Rails S would be nice, of course. Okay, now Rails S. Okay, let's go to the user sign in. And you see here, you can see it already. We have a new link here. It didn't receive confirmation instructions. So if I go to the sign up, let me put John, my Miller app, password, and press enter. Check. You see, now it redirects me to the login page again. It didn't sign me in. But if I come here to my Gmail, I can see here confirmation instructions. You can confirm your account email through the link below. Okay, so I press the confirm. It's gonna send me to the login page again, and now I confirm it, and I'm logged in. This is what the confirmable it's doing. So I have just two more modules to show. One is the lockable, which I'm going to do right now. So let me migrate back again. Just do it to the version 0. Okay. Now let's add lockable. Okay. Lockable it is. Now we just come here and we add this lockable here. Another thing we need actually is to use the let me show the config under the initializers devise.rb. Okay, if we are using the lockable, there are some changes we need to, some configurations we need to do here. So let me just search for lockable. Okay, and here it is, lockable, and we have to define a strategy to lock an account. So we want to config lock strategy at fail attempts. So if a user do a lot of attempts and fails, we want to use the email as key when locking and unlocking an account. The strategy to unlock. Now we want the email, of course, the email, and in here we can put the config maximum attempt. So just for trying out, we're gonna put 2 attempts. Okay, and that's all there is to it. So let's start the server. Before we have to migrate the table. RecDB migrate. Okay, and now Rails S. So now it's lockable, and here as well. So let's go in here, put sign out. You see already a new link here, didn't receive unlock instructions. So now let's do that mistake on purpose. So pass, one mistake, let me try again, pass, and you see it's taking a little while. Okay, and why is that? Now if I type the password correctly, it doesn't matter because the account is now blocked. If I come here to my mail, I can see here I received an email saying unlock instructions. If I click here, unlock my account, it send me back to the login page. And now, if I put that password correctly, okay, it is unlocked now. See, it's very easy to implement and very powerful, as you can see. Let me see what we have to show. What I have to show you. Okay, so we've covered the database authenticable. So this is of course, the email and encryption of the password. Recoverable is if you want to reset the password. Rememberable is that cookie we've talked about. Trackable. If you want to get some data out of the sign-ins. Confirmable, and lastly, the lockable. I just have one more module to show you, which is timeoutable. So first, the only thing we actually need to do, we don't have to do any migration because it will not create an extra field, but what we actually need to do is put the module over here, of course, reference the module here, and we need to go to the devise.erb, and I think it's right below. Okay, it's not below, but it's above the lockable. You have timeoutable, and the only thing we need to do actually is config timeout in, and just for the testing purpose, let's put like 5 seconds. So what this will do is I'm going to log in and I'm gonna have a session, and after 5 seconds my section will be destroyed. So I should not be logged in anymore. So let's try it. Let's refresh it. Okay, let's go to our application now. User sign in. Okay, so I'm logged in now. You see, I've logged in and the 5 seconds have passed. So if I press the new post link, it should redirect me back to the login page. So let's try it. And as you can see, the session has expired. Okay, let me refresh it, and you see that we've been redirected to the login page. So let's recap all we have covered on this tutorial, and you already know how to make a login form and a sign-up form. Notice here that this sign-up form has an extra field that we had on the registrations controller. Back to the login form, you already know how to set the Remember Me functionality through the Rememberable module. If we forgot the password, you already know how to set a new one. We know how to add the confirmation feature as well. And if you try and fail to log into your account a certain number of times, the account will be locked, and you already know how to unlock it. So one thing I would like to mention is that each of these views that you are seeing here, users, passwords are new, they forgot the password, all of these views can be, of course, styled with CSS. If you come here to your Sublime, I don't know why I closed it, but let me just reopen it in here. Under the views folder, Devise, and all those views are in here. So as you see, passwords, the edit, the new password, the registrations forms, the login form, it's all here. So you can style as you want it. So this is a full functioning user authentication system that you can implement in your website. So I hope you find it useful, and see you again in another Stuckcast.